It's the main article of the week. Everybody, listen.
Game Pass. Man,
Oh,
how do you feel
baby.
about it off the start? Hold on. I'm jumping the gun here. Just get into it, and then I can ask you that.
Yeah,
How do you
let's
feel?
let's get into this. All right. This comes from IGN. Rebecca Valentine, Ryan Dinsdale, the goats on this one. Xbox Game Pass standard tier won't include day one titles as Microsoft hikes prices again. And in the subheader, Ultimate will be rising to $20 a month to a D20.
What about the other tiers? That's how my brain goes in.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's read this. Microsoft has quietly revealed it will not include day one releases like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 in the standard Game Pass tier amid price hikes to the service. First supported by Windows Central and outlined by Xbox Support, Microsoft is raising the price of Game Pass Ultimate from $17 a month to $20 a month in the US. It's also replacing its more basic $11 Xbox Game Pass Core or Game Pass Console tier with the Xbox Game Pass Standard tier, a now $15 option a month, which doesn't include the beloved day one release feature, specific entries to the Game Pass Ultimate Library, as they say in quotes. Access to EA Play, Xbox Cloud Gaming, perks, quests, and discounts on games in the Game Pass library. They're just like ripping it all out, dude. That tier. All the good stuff, dude. All the goodie.
Really are.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, Microsoft didn't commit to eventually bringing these titles to Xbox Game Pass either, saying titles such as Black Ops 6, Call of Duty may be added to the library at a future date. Oof. Crazy. It's a little survey here, dude. Want to answer my? I'm just kidding. This has been a little article survey.
Kind of. I mean, what's the results here? Okay, so which revised Xbox Pass tier are you most likely to subscribe to going forward? And then the
I have
number
my
one is
answer.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Dang,
Yeah.
dude. 5% on the PC. I guess most people are console.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then the next one is none. I'm currently subscribed to
Those
Game
last two
Pass.
choices go
Don't,
crazy.
but won't be after this.
None. I've never had Game Pass and don't plan to get it now. None. I'm currently
mean-
subscribed to Game Pass, but won't be after this. 31%
Yeah.
out of 5,400 votes. Dang. We're leaving, Mike.
Sheesh.
Howdy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Those wanting to play these games at launch potentially at all will therefore need to pay for the rolling $20 a month Game Pass Ultimate tier once these price changes go into effect for new members on July 10th. So literally the day we're recording this. And for existing members on September 12th. So you have a couple months. Hey, if you're already subscribed, like, hold on to it once. Finally, Microsoft will only allow its users to prepay for Xbox Game Pass for console up to 13 months going forward. Users with more than 13 months already paid will not be affected. I didn't realize you could, like, 3-year pay this. Like, what's going on? Man. So, price rises will go into effect worldwide with a full list of affected countries and specific changes to local currencies. You can check the list that they have in the article. But Game Pass changes. So I'm gonna speed run through this a little bit. Listen, we got some changes. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, $20 a month. You get access to the full library of Xbox Game Pass games, PC Game Pass games, EA Play, day one titles, online multiplayer, member deals, and discounts, perks, and cloud gaming. So you get everything that you would normally get. Xbox Game Pass Standard is $15 a month. You get access to a limited library of Xbox Game Pass games, which doesn't include day one titles, plus online multiplayer and member deals discounts. This tier is, quote, coming soon and not necessarily alongside the September 12th price hike. PC Game Pass. Obviously, it's PC Game Pass games and EA Play. Microsoft has confirmed to IGN that day one titles will be included in the subscription. It's a little update there. I know when I was reading this earlier, there was no confirmation on that. So it's kind of just like, are we going to get day one titles? But it's good to see that, PC Game Pass is still going to get them, which I think makes sense. Like, if someone doesn't have a console and they just do PC, like me, I'm only PC at this point. So I'm just like, yeah, this makes sense for me. But yeah, cool stuff there. Good to see we still get the day one titles. So Xbox Game Pass console is going to be $12 a month or $11 a month. So PC Game Pass $12. Game Pass consoles $11 a month for existing subscribers only. This is limited library of Xbox games alongside member deals and discounts. No longer available to purchase as a new subscriber, but day one games are still included as they were before. It's interesting. They're kind of like getting rid of it, I guess. Just like not
Yeah, it
giving me an
seems
option.
good.
But then there's Xbox Game Pass Core, which is $10 a month. This gives you around 25 Xbox Game Pass games, online multiplayer, and member deals and discounts. That is all in that tier. As we continue on, Microsoft last raised the prices of Game Pass in 2023, raising the ultimate price to 15 a month, from 15 to
Yep.
17 a month. And its first price hike since 2017, paying 15 a month for Xbox Game Pass, therefore nets users significantly less than it did just 1 year ago. Microsoft essentially removing day one game titles, EA Play, cloud gaming, and free perks from the service in that time. Rumors have circulated since May of 24 that, or May of this year, just a couple months ago, that Xbox was pondering an additional price increase, especially given the planned addition to feature Call of Duty games at day one to the service following Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard last year. The gaming arm has also been making a number of cost-cutting changes in the recent months, including shutting down Tango Gameworks, Arcane Austin in May, which we talked about, announcing all the layoffs of 1,900 staff in January alone. And yeah, here we go. We got rid of people. Time to raise them prices, Mike. Gotta go crazy with it.
Dude, I don't really know how to feel about this because I thought Xbox had said they weren't going to raise the prices anymore about Xbox Game Pass after they acquired the Activision Blizzard deal with all the other games that they're going to be joining in the Game Pass umbrella. They said,
Mm.
we're not going to raise the price. It's going to be fine. You can keep everything same as it was. It's just normal acquisition. And then sure enough, they acquire them. All the turmoil happens. We lay off how many different studios, how many different employees, and now they're raising the prices again. It's just like it makes you wonder, um, if you have the Xbox Game Pass, which I think you and I both do. It's a good product to have so long as you play maybe one and a half, two games on average per month. New game like AAA 70, like 60, $70 title game, and hopefully it's good. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Because that kind of depends with AAA titles now. I don't know, man. Like raising prices on anything like this that's subscription based, it's kind of I don't know. I feel like this hasn't been brought up enough. Like this is going to be a big impact on a lot of people that have already been on the fence about the Game Pass.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how you feel about it exactly, but it's just $240 a year for the Ultimate Game Pass. Like, come on, guys. That's a lot of money, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. That it could be a lot of it could be a big increase for a lot of individuals.
Yeah. I mean, look, no, I mean, I totally agree. I think it's kind of weird with the messaging. It's like, was there going to be kind of a price increase or not? I mean, I always expected it was probably going to go higher. Like, I like the value was too good at the price it was it was at, before last year's price hike. Then it kind of made sense when they hiked it. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely surprised it's this soon after the last one. 'Cause it's only been a year. It's like, like I feel like it'd be a little longer. It would have taken a little longer than that before they rose the price. But I mean, it's one of the I don't subscribe to Ultimate just because, like I said, I don't have a console, and like all of the cloud gaming was good. I just didn't use it enough to warrant paying that. And now it's like now that it's 20, it's like I really don't use it enough
Yeah.
to warrant paying that. Um, I mean, yeah, personally for me, I'm sticking to my PC Game Pass. I like the titles I get on day one still. And PC's where I'm playing now. It's not really consoles anymore, so I think it's what makes sense for me. And I think to anyone, I would urge them, like, look, if you're trying to get Game Pass, if you want to check out new games and stuff, like, see what works best for you. Because if you're on PC primarily nowadays, you're probably just and you want to get Game Pass, like, get the PC tier. It's still good, and I still like it. And games I get, so yeah,
Well,
I mean, I
yeah.
that $20, it's kind of I could see for a lot of people why that'd be hard to justify, especially when you don't really use cloud gaming much, you don't have a console. It's like, what's the point?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm leaning into right now because if if I mean getting to the $20 mark on a subscription based service is high. When
Yeah.
you get to the 20, like I feel like when they were already at the $15 mark, you're getting to the level where I'm questioning whether or not I need it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, how often am I playing? If I have a PC already, which is what the Ultimate Game Pass is really for, you don't need to pay for Xbox Live anymore to play games online. You can play like on Steam. Like you already pay for an internet like
Yeah.
service provider.
Yeah.
So do you really need to have Xbox Live? And and then it goes into just I don't know, man. Just it makes me wonder. It's like how often I feel after a $15 price point, I get into the metrics of how much am I playing new games to where this is worth it,
It's true
you
too.
know?
Yeah.
Like when you get above $15, you go to 20 now. It's like, okay, $240. How many games is that now? Okay, so if I buy
Yeah.
one game, that's $60 plus tax, we'll say it's 70. Okay, this is US dollars, right? Like
Yeah.
as American. So I'm realistically looking at like 3 or 4 games, like 3.5, 4 games realistically of new AAA titles for my membership to be justified,
Yeah.
right?
Literally.
So how often am I playing AAA titles that are like worth $70? Because I'm not buying the collector's edition because I'm using the subscription.
Yeah.
They don't give collector's
Yeah.
edition. So it's not like you're buying $120 collector's edition. You got to think about this logically, right? And when it gets above 15, I feel like you got to actually have that consideration. And the moment you have that consideration, it's just like, you know what? I don't need this.
Yeah. Most people will
Like, why am I
sway the
paying for?
direction of not needing it. It's like,
Yeah, it's just like I don't need this anymore. And not just that, it's just like in the economic growth of the world right now, in the year 2024 of chaos. You don't
yeah.
need what you need, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I maybe I don't need HBO. You know, maybe I don't need Netflix. Maybe I
Oh
don't
man.
need YouTube Premium. Maybe I don't
Yeah.
need Xbox like Ultimate Game Pass. And I feel like when you start raising the prices after like dropping people from your company, like by dropping them, I mean like you're laying them off.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? Like you're just trying to upset your fan base, right? I'm not saying they
Yeah.
have a bad product. I'm just saying, like, from a financial standpoint, am I playing like when you get above $15, you really need to consider at that point. Like, am I actually using this?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think you're right. Like I, I don't think. Yeah. I mean, I can't really like argue that. It's just like after you get like, I agree. I think after that 15, it's like that's when you really
Yeah.
start to consider things. Um, and yeah, I mean, I totally think at 20, like it was hard for me to justify
That's
the price at when it raised to like well, when it was at 15, it was hard for me to be like, okay, I don't need Ultimate because I'm not really using much of the services
yeah.
already. And so I was like, I'm gonna reduce it down to the PC tier because I don't use Ultimate much. And so now it's like I'm really not gonna go Ultimate. Like, just I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's just like when I had more time on my hands, like last year, $20, totally worth it because I was knocking out like 5, 6
yeah,
different games. Sure, maybe they weren't worth $60 AAA games, but I was playing games in totality.
yeah,
But now I'm busy. I got more things going on, right? So for me personally, it's just like, dude, do I actually need this? Like,
yeah,
do I really?
yeah,
It's hard to say.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't I don't think it's well thought through. Raising it to $20 a month, like, jeez, man.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
seriously, how many people can actually afford $240 a year
yeah. I mean, I don't know,
on
probably not
video
me.
games?
I mean, look, I have friends that haven't subbed to Game Pass for a long time now because it's just like they dipped out, um, years ago, maybe even last
Yeah.
year. So yeah,
It's really sad
it's
because
weird.
you and I have been, like, the biggest proponents of, like, how successful Game Pass is.
Yeah, and how
And
much value
how
was in
like,
it?
all the benefit. Yeah, because, like, you get to get every single one of the AAA studio games, you get to get, like, indie dev games, and Microsoft kept buying up more and more studios and, like, partnerships. It was such a good, like, ecosystem that was being built,
Yeah,
which is a really good thing, but when you get to the price limit, it's like, dude, if they're skipping meals to like play games,
Yeah,
like it ain't a joke
it ain't a
anymore,
joke,
you know?
man. Yeah, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. Look, I think the overall consensus from us is just like really evaluate this. It's like it may not be the best deal like,
No,
anymore.
no.
Um,
I think what I'm trying to get at right now is just at $15 you were kind of thinking about it. Like
yeah,
from I'm not saying like most people, but just like if you could already afford Ultimate, you were on the fence. You're just like, yeah, I could probably play
yeah,
like 3 games for sure and be fine. It makes sense. New Call of Duty is coming out. Like that's gonna give me like $15 a month worth of fun. Like maybe I'll get a couple of weapon skins. It's like you can kind of like rationalize it.
yeah.
When you get to that $20 mark, you're just like, brother, I don't know. I don't know,
I don't know
man.
about
I don't know
this.
if I want this.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know
Like it
about
makes you
this.
guess. And the moment you start guessing, you're just like, nah, no more. And the thing that's like biting me right now is just we were kind of built of like the Game Pass prices weren't going to go up.
Yeah.
It was never directly said because they get cooked, especially now. But it was inferred. It was like the value of your Game Pass will only go up.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. It's like, well, you can take that as like the value's gonna go up. That's gonna be great. And then they raise the price. It's like that's the wrong value.
So
You know what I
putting Call of Duty on
mean?
now, that value goes crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Look,
Anyways,
I ain't subbing Ultimate. Just can't do it. I'm sticking to PC Game Pass for now, unless the value
yeah,
goes absolutely bonkers at some point, which I don't see happening. But hey, it's
yeah.
Xbox, dude.
We'll see.
They gotta recover. So, yeah.
I think they will. I just think that there should be a significant pushback. I really think there should be.
At this point,
Like
yeah,
from the fan base.
yeah,
I think this is like I think for the longest time Xbox has gotten a lot of hate, like unjustifiable hate based on like fanboys of like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo versus fanboys. But I think this time even the Xbox fanboys that are strictly Xbox should be rising up and being like, this is dumb.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like fix this. Balance it out. Like you gotta justify this, you know?
Yeah, dude. This
Yeah.
boy's spitting. This boy's spitting. Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
agree. Totally
Yeah.
agree. Oh man,
Anyhow.
come on, Xbox, man. Come on, Xbox, man.
Wake up, baby. Wake up, baby.
What's going
Anyways, that's
on,
my
bud?
rant, man. I think
Yeah,
that's it for like this week's episode,
yeah. I ain't got much more,
right?
dude.